Hello everyone, LT Outdoors here. I just wanted to explain a couple common mistakes that people do while we're out bow hunting. It happens to the best of us, and today I happened to be out. Had a nice 8-point come in this evening. He was feeding under an apple tree. I thought he was in the bag. I thought I had it. I had everything set on the crossbow. Had the safety was ready. The scope was ready. I was gonna draw. Well, my glasses, right? They were sliding down my head a little. They were bugging me, so I reached up because I thought he was looking at the ground. Guess what? He wasn't looking at the ground. Sometimes them deer, I swear, they can look at you right above their nose. I mean, my dog does that to me all the time. She'll look like she's staring at the ground, but then you can see she's kind of peeking at you. Well, I think that's what that buck did to me today. Because it wasn't as soon as I did this, I mean, real quick. I'll post the video when my bow season's over and you'll be able to see. It was just a quick like this. The buck's got his face to the ground. You wouldn't think nothing happened, but as soon as I was done with that, he stood up, stared at me, and I'm like, no. Yeah, and it was, I mean, he stared me down for what seemed like forever, but I bet it was only a minute or so. And shortly after that, he just kind of jumped. He never took his eyes off me for me to be able to draw again. And he just jumped and took off. And he was running fast. There was no slowing him down. So that's just one mistake. Second mistake that I made today. When you're walking in, you really got to be careful. Walk slow. I mean, most of you guys know this. Don't step on sticks if you can't. If you find a way around them, do that. But most of the time I do pretty good with sneaking in and that. Well, another thing though, you really got to watch because those deer can hide so well. For instance, I was in some pines today, and the deer, the way the rows of pines work, those deer could be standing in the rows and you wouldn't know they're there, and they could just be looking at you. Every time you walk in the woods, imagine that the deer are watching you, because most of the time they are. And you just got to be careful, walk slow, try not to rush it. Same thing today with that. It was the exact same 8-point that I told you I screwed up with. Same thing. I was walking in. He happened to be right under the apple tree. I don't know if he was bedded or feeding, but he come bursting out of there right in front of me, and I thought my day was over then. But that's another thing, even if you spook some deer, I mean, I've had days where I'm pretty sure that's ruined the day, but if you spook deer, just get up in the stand, brush it off, and wait it out, because you really can't tell what they're gonna do. Those deer could come through at any point in time. I mean, yeah, you can, once you watch the deer enough on cameras and stuff, you can get an idea of their schedule, but you never know for sure. They could change things up at any minute. Like, I actually had a big buck tonight come barreling through the pines, and he was chasing a doe. And for up here, that's kind of weird this time of year, but, maybe, I don't know, probably pre-rut, just getting ready to chase or something, but he was right on her. And he came running from behind me, so yeah, you just never know what nature's going to throw at you. And same turkeys, I had turkeys come in tonight, same thing. You got to watch it because they're fun to watch, but I'll tell you, especially in a tree, they're so used to looking at things up in the trees because they got to deal with owls. If you move the slightest bit, those turkeys are going to bust you. They're worse than a deer. And as much as I love watching them, it's always hairy, because if I have deer come in and those turkeys are in, there's not a good chance that I'm going to be able to draw or anything with those turkeys without them calling the alarm. So, well, I hope I was able to at least throw some, what not to do's out there tonight for you, because I do it every year. I always do something like, here's another one for you. When you're up in a tree stand and you've got a jug of juice or water, I take a Powerade. A friend of mine on Twitter says I need to put some kind of a rope on it, because never fails, I drop stuff down the tree. It's best to tie something off to it so you don't drop it, because last year, same thing, screwed up a hunt. I had taken off one of my gloves. I set it on my lap. I had a big 8 come in, and I hadn't thought anything. I forgot about the glove even being there. I reached up, drew the bow, and the glove just fell, and all I could hear was ding, 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 ding. It hit every rung on the way down and just totally ruined that hunt. It made me jump, it made the deer jump. I mean, everything was done after that, and I don't think I seen another deer that day. But yeah, just something to throw out there, guys. If you have any questions, comments, or any videos you'd like to see, please just toss them at me. I'm up for anything, and I'm always outdoors. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share.